to Brooklyn. Today we're going to explore the beautiful brownstones here, starting at a gorgeous new mural by Cobra, the famous Brazilian street muralist. He has his work all around New York City, and many of you might already recognize his style, but today we're going to wander around Brownstone, Brooklyn, starting at Prospect Heights and then making our way to Park Slope for a nice quiet stroll. I'm Ariel, you're watching Urbanist. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey, how's it going? All right, so here we have the famous street mural Frida Kahlo by Cobra. Look at this. It's hidden right here, right after the corner of Washington Street and Prospect Place. So Cobra, look at that. Hello, Barbara, you're watching from the Upper West Side. Oh, amazing. Welcome, nice to see you here. So welcome everyone, nice to see you here. My button here on my cuff has come out, which is a bit weird. So let me actually button it again. I'm not sure what happened here. So bear with me. Let me know where you're watching from, guys. I'm Ariel with Urbanist. And let me set this up before I start. Just unbutton on me right before I start. There we go. All right, perfect. Now there's something interesting there in the distance. For some reason, there's chickens in this backyard. Let me show it to you. All right, that's strange. Strange to see some chickens there in a random Brooklyn backyard. So welcome Lori, nice to see you here. Welcome Kay, Elisa, Loma. Art says this is a must-watch show every day. I'm glad you think so, Art. Thank you. I appreciate you. Queen Janeway, you're early today. Yes, you are. My neighbors have some. Maybe they have some personalities. Maybe they do. Usually you'll see chicken in more Hispanic neighborhoods sometimes. Also, certain Muslim neighborhoods that tend to have chickens in backyards or businesses. So I'm shocked to see it more here in Brownstone, Brooklyn. Look at this beautiful tree. Hello, Olivier. Hello, Umier from Riverside, California. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Hello, Robert from Philly. So today is just a quiet walk. Feel free to ask me any questions whatsoever that you would like. We're just strolling around and look at this gorgeous red tree. It really stuck out to me. Lucia, yes, that is indeed Cobra that we saw in the beginning. Eduardo Cobra, famous artist, really known here in New York City.
Yeah, like what's the beard about?
Yvonne watching from Virginia. Welcome, Yvonne. Rosaline says, wonderful. Yeah, it is quite wonderful. I agree. All right, so now we're getting to the Brownstones. And this is one of the most beautiful streets. We're passing by Prospect Place and Underhill Avenue. Hello, Irene. Hello, Khaled. Hello, Luis. Elisa, you're eating paneserotti. Oh, cool. There's only like 2 or 3 places here that have paneserotti here in New York City. That's awesome. Is New York City crowded for Black Friday? I don't know. I actually just came to Brooklyn, so I haven't encountered any shops. But New York City is quiet here in this area of Brooklyn. Look at that. Umir says, be careful, rough neighborhood. I disagree, Umir. I've always felt very comfortable in this neighborhood and very safe here in Prospect Heights. Hey, I'm walking here. Love your username on YouTube. You say, Cobra's great. Love his 21 Club mural in the LES. Oh, I'm glad you do. Hello, Naeem from Hunza Valley. Hello, Melanie from Baldwin. Welcome. So we're gonna get even to bigger brownstones the further we go up. So it's cool. We're kind of going in size order here. More of the lower rise brownstones until we start getting here. They're about 3 stories tall. Some of them might have basements. Yeah, I think they're 3 stories tall. Maybe they have a basement as well. Robert says the Post had a $28 million cash sale for a brownstone. Wow. YouTube didn't go live, says Alan. It is live, yeah. Melanie, I said your name correctly. Oh, cool. That's awesome. If I ever say anyone else's name incorrectly, please feel free to correct me. Let me know how to pronounce your name. We have people watching from all around the world. Hello, CB. I'm doing well. We're going for a nice, very leisurely stroll for this 1 hour along Brownstone, Brooklyn, enjoying the views. No history, just enjoying the beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous, relaxing, scenic views of Brooklyn. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Aid, nice to see you here, Aiden. Hope all is well in England. Tajender, greetings from Surrey, British Columbia. Ooh, welcome. It's funny, I have someone watching from Surrey, England, usually, and now we have someone watching from Surrey, Canada. I wonder if there's a Surrey, US. Felicia says, oh, I was just in Park Slope, I could have seen you. Yeah, if you ever see me walking around, I'm always happy to say hi for a few seconds. Temperature. So a few people have asked for the temperature. Naeem, it's about 52 degrees Fahrenheit. No wind. So it is, I'm a bit overdressed. It feels pretty good weather. Though the reason I overdress for this season is because I prefer to, if I stop for a place to eat, which I did right before this video, and my friend's amazing cafe called Gran Cafe right around the corner. When you sit down and relax, you might need extra coverage because as opposed to walking, it's easy to get cold when you're sitting down. So are these brownstones single family, or are they multi-family? The ones we're looking at right now here in Prospect Heights, a good portion of them are multi-family, including this one that I'm pointing the camera to. They're multi-family. How can you tell? Sometimes there's a few ways to tell. Is if you look at the entrances, sometimes it's a bit hard to see from the outside, But if you look at the entrance, and it doesn't seem like a homey entrance, you know, with furniture and corporate. Most likely it's multifamily. That means it's shared. It's not always easy to tell, but sometimes if you look at the real estate, you can do a cursory search of the real estate in any said neighborhood. I use streeteasy.com, and in a neighborhood like Prospect Heights, there's a lot of multifamily. It gets a little bit more single family the further up we go towards Park Slope, which we're gonna get to in about 10 minutes. Hey, someone left a super sticker. Who it was? Who was it? Jake with 60 rubies. Thank you so much, Jake. Is that rubies? I'm not sure what currency that is. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Paul says you are missed on YouTube. I am live indeed on YouTube. I think there was a glitch, but I am indeed, it is indeed working on YouTube. Hey, Uke, am I close to where John lived? Here we are. Yeah, he moved to Park Slope. So towards the end of this broadcast, we're going to John Barr's neighborhood. I don't know where he lives, and also I wouldn't show it if I did know, for privacy reasons. But we are going to his neighborhood, which he has mentioned in his videos. Can you name the pinkish reddish leaves? Ooh, you know, I'm not so good with trees or flora, so I don't know the names of leaves or trees, but if anyone does know, do feel free to let me know in the comments. Tajinder is saying that they are maple leaves. Yeah, we're gonna see a few maple trees, I assume, in this neighborhood. So this is the main thoroughfare right here, Vanderbilt Avenue. I've shown this many times before. Further down is one of my friends' cafe. I featured them in my first episode of a series I did of food vlogs called The Real Italy in New York. There's about 7 episodes, and the first one is them. Check them out. They're really cool. I've shown this avenue many times over, but today let's continue walking up Prospect Place. Flying the Fin. Am I in Bryant Park? No, I'm not. No, not right now. Far away from Bryant Park. Aniket says my videos are awesome. Well, thank you, Aniket. I appreciate it. Carlan says plants and small green things. Yeah, you'll see a lot of them here. It's a very well kept area. I love Long Island. Whoa, a beautiful place. Yes, so we are indeed on the island of Long Island, but this is New York City. Can you do a daily inspirational quote, says Aiden. Usually it pops up spontaneously, so stay tuned. There's bound to be some ounce of inspiration that pops up as we walk along these beautiful trees. But Aiden, I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes words are not sufficient to express a feeling of serenity. Sometimes you just have to enjoy the very moment on hand without the need of any words. Listen. I hear blue jays too, yeah. Let's see if we can spot them. So will New York City bounce back? Yes, it has. For the few months when the pandemic kind of calmed down here in New York, pandemic is rising again. Many parts of the world are going through the same. New York is not alone in this. Many other major cities around the world are in the same position. London, Paris, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Toronto, Mexico City, Tokyo, Seoul. The list goes on. Melbourne. So we will pick up again. New York City won't be left behind. It would be crazy to think that New York City will be left behind. It's still a center of commerce and finance and tourism here in the US. So heavily doubt that New York is going anywhere. Oh, I see him. I see him. Right there. Right there. Right there in the center of the screen. There he is. And look how beautiful. So blue jays tend to pop up in New York City during the wintertime. This is a blue jay. Some people call them the police of birds because they're always kind of oh, he flew away. Early evening, not today. Welcome. Somehow the birds aren't annoying. No, they're not. Their song is sharp, and you'll hear them for quite a while. But no, they're not annoying whatsoever. Not in the least bit. From my perspective, let me know. What do you think of blue jays? There's a lot of here. Oh, and usually they're mostly solo, but sometimes they hang out in groups if we're lucky. A lot of them here. New York's very own David Attenborough. Today on Urbanist, we're looking at the marvelous blue jays. Look how these wonderful creatures frolic in the winds of New York. That's my best David Attenborough impression. I don't think these ones are blue jays. Are they blue jays? These might not be blue jays. The ones I'm pointing the camera. Yeah, these are not blue jays. These are something else. Let me know if you recognize them.
Some other time, I appreciate it.
What direction is the nearest cafe? It's around the corner at Vanderbilt and St. Mark's Avenue. There's a lot of cafes all around here. I'll point out a few of them if we pass by. But my top recommendation is Gran Café de Martini. What street am I on? I'm at Prospect Place. Oh wow. Look at this. Pause. Love the building, says Marilyn. I agree, yeah. I agree. Oh, someone made a oat milk can into a bird feeder. Huh. That's as Brooklyn as one can get, everyone. Alternative milk made into a bird feeder. Am I going for coffee? I already had my coffee. But if we pass by a few coffee shops, I will point them out, which ones I recommend. So here we're at Carlton Avenue. City Boy leaves a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, City Boy. Have a cafe on me. Thank you, I appreciate it. Next time I have a coffee on video, will be sponsored by you. Thank you so much, City Boy. And New York Mets loves Brooklyn. Oh, thank you, New York Mets, for the $5 super chat as well. Love Brooklyn, wonderful. Hey, Donna from Trinidad and Tobago. Looks like a nice area, says Kay Morrow. Yeah, Kay, it is. Have you managed to visit when you've been here in New York City? Let me know. Is it expensive area? It is. It is more expensive than, say, Lower East Side or Williamsburg.
That fucking spot back. Piece of shit.
Gregory, you really enjoyed my visit at the Coppola Cafe. Yeah, Coppola Cafe, another great coffee shop. They're located in Greenwich Village. Do I know how much rent is? Oh, I do not know. It varies. It varies between apartment and square footage and type of building. Was he talking to me? No, he was talking to someone right behind me who were walking between me. The man said, damn those people who took the parking spot. So it seems like they're locals and they're pissed off that someone took their parking spot. There's a nickname of the neighborhood we're approaching now, right after here, Flatbush Avenue. It's called Park Slope, and people like to call it No Park Slope. Kay says, no, I haven't visited this area. Okay, yeah, because you mostly walk from in Manhattan. Yeah, this is Brooklyn, and absolutely gorgeous place to just stroll around. There's a lot of tourist sites. The nearest one is the Brooklyn Museum in Prospect Park and the Grand Army Plaza. Please show some churches. If I pass by any, I'll point them out. I see garages. Is that rare? It is rare to see a garage here in New York, in Brooklyn. Where did the garage pop up? Oh, right down there. It's very rare to see garages. Hello, Johnny. Yeah, but what does that imply? Are some shops closed? Says Uke. Yeah, of course, this is a pandemic. A lot of people are going through the pandemic. So, yes, some shops have gone through tough times and they have been closing. I like...
There might be a biscuit. We'll have to check. That could be fine.
So this is only residential, nothing else? No, there's a lot of thriving businesses here. I'm walking today on mostly a residential street just to enjoy a nice quiet walk with all of you. But lo and behold, I have dozens of videos in this area showing you churches, landmarks, the museum, the park, lots of stuff over here. So this is the main thoroughfare, Flatbush Avenue. And this is actually the longest avenue in all of Brooklyn. It's massive. It's more than 11 miles. Goes from the very southern tip of Brooklyn, right after you take the bridge across from Far Rockaway, Queens into Brooklyn, all the way towards the Manhattan Bridge. Let me zoom in this way. There we go. And right down there you see those high rises. That's the views of downtown Brooklyn, and the nearest one to us is the high rise right behind the Barclays Center, which is the main venue for the Brooklyn Nets basketball team, and also lots of concerts. So a lot of great coffee shops here. Further down there's Donut Plant right down there, that triangular building. It's like a mini Flatiron. Great coffee and donuts. Right next to is Hungry Ghost, a great place for lunch and coffee as well. someone left a pile of buttons here. Oh, not focusing. There we go. Alright, I gotta adjust my mask. So I'm getting a lot of comments of people saying, is it bad? Is there garbage issues? Is there crime? Are businesses closing down? A lot of what you're seeing on the news is highly exaggerated. And here, especially in the American media, it might not be the case in other parts of the world. It's not so much the case in UK media, but here in American media, there is an incentive to make news very sensationalistic. And they tend to exaggerate the negative elements of any area in the US, especially in New York City. And New York City has a bit of a bullseye on it because the city and the state has had many disagreements with the government that is in power. And not to get into politics, but that does feed into the negative perception that is perpetuated in the news. So I just want to make it very clear for everyone. You be the judge as we're walking around. And yes, I'm in a more expensive area that if I were a tourist, I would visit. I generally, as a local, love to visit this area because this is a nice area. But New York City is not quite the terrible place as the news is making it out to be. So look at the videos by me, Action Kid, New York Live with Mickey, all these other wonderful creators. They're all showing different areas of New York City. My friend Action Kid shows places that are not so touristy, like Brownsville or certain areas of Queens. You'll see it's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. I feel calm, I feel relaxed over here. Granted, I am, yes, a 6-foot male, but I have many female friends, including, you can see, another fellow creator, What a Shame, Mary Jane, and you'll hear from her own experience as well that it is very calm. It's okay in New York. Things are okay. It's a pandemic, and many other places are affected around the world. And New York City, like any other city, will recover, and even more so for a city like New York. New York is on that list of cities that it is 100% going to recover because there is so much money invested in tourism, and it is still a center of media, finance, and a bunch of other things that the US cannot afford for New York to go downhill. Same thing, UK cannot afford for London to go hill. Australia cannot afford for Sydney to go downhill. So keep that in mind. All right, let's continue walking around. Hey Manny, nice to see you here. Welcome to the broadcast. Does every big area has some public persona representing it? Oh, I'm not entirely sure. There's a bunch of YouTubers. Manny, who's tuning in right now, explores a bunch of neighborhoods as well through bike, so he does include also places that are not so touristy. So yeah, YouTube, you're bound to find coverage of everywhere. There's another guy, I think he's called Dashcam Tours or something like that, and he does tours of very dangerous areas, or what people perceive as dangerous areas. Peter Stantonello did a series here in New York City of the Jewish areas and the South Bronx. So you can see a lot of coverage of New York. There's unfortunately a incentive for competition between cities to damage the name of New York. Because obviously some other cities want to take a little bit of the spotlight. Some of the states want to take a little bit more of the spotlight. And there's a lot of political turmoil where they rather disparage New York for political means. So be very discerning when you look at news. When you may even look at, there might be even certain YouTubers that might be a little bit more sensationalistic. So be discerning. But that's why I like doing these live videos, because you get to be the judge as we're walking around. I'm being very transparent. This is a very expensive area. It's beautiful. Hey, Rosaline says jealousy. Maybe that always does play a factor. All right, look at these new condominiums. Whoa, this is like a brand new townhouse in the middle of these brownstones. Oh, Elisa, my bad. I thought a political persona as a mayor. Oh yeah, there's representation on all levels here in New York City, and you know, in the U.S. and overall, there's representation starting at the neighborhood level, which is sometimes called a county or district, all the way up the chain: county, district, neighborhood, borough, city, state, and of course country. Veronica, what part of Brooklyn we're in? We're right now in Park Slope. And the way you could tell you're in Park Slope is when you start seeing these brownstones. What's the richest neighborhood in New York? Upper East Side. Maybe not by medium income, but one of the most richest people in the city and in the world live in the Upper East Side. So you can call that the richest neighborhood in New York. Gregory says, I cannot tell that you're from Queens. You don't have the slightest of accent. And that's the thing. New York City is not a monolith of cultures. So there is a host of different accents. There's a host of different people from all around the world. My family's Puerto Rican. I grew up in Queens, surrounded by South Americans. I have friends who, later in high school, I grew up with a lot of Asian Americans and Italian Americans. When I went to college, I started meeting more Filipino Americans and Indians and Pakistanis and Bangladeshis and Arabs. There's people from all around the world here in New York City. There is no one homogeneous accent. Homogeneous accents, the ones that you might know in the movies, is known as the Flatbush accent, which is the stereotypical kind of old New York accent where they say coffee and they take a nice bite of food and they have a good cup of water. That's a Flatbush accent, which does originate from the Jewish Americans here that were here a few generations. For example, the Boston accent. Not everyone had a strong Boston accent. The people who did were either got that accent because they were raised third or fourth generation Irish, or they were in neighborhoods where there was a lot of third, fourth, fifth generation Irish. Hey, Andrei, I think is the Russian person watching right now. If anyone knows Russian, feel free to translate. Sheil says, oh my God, my husband has a strong Boston accent. Oh yeah, he does? That's cool. So look at these gigantic stoops. These are massive stoops. Wow. What is better for international food? The Upper West Side or the Upper East Side? I think when it comes to food, you're a little bit better off in the Upper West Side. It's a bit more affordable. There's a little bit more variety. Upper East Side could be a bit quieter. Depends where you go, but Upper West Side has a little bit more vibrancy to it, in my opinion, especially when it comes to food. Hey, Katarina, you're watching from Park Slope. Oh, cool. Katarina, do you have any good recommendations? Hello, Jorge. Saludos de Caracas. Bienvenidos. Puede preguntarme cualquier cosa que quieres en español. Que dije brevemente anterior era que la noticia está a veces exagerando el crimen que está pasando aquí en Nueva York, y no es el caso de mi experiencia y de la experiencia de muchos de mis amistades. Nueva York está bastante tranquilo. I just basically said the news is a bit exaggerating a bit of what's happening in New York. These are gigantic. Whoa. Hey, okay, so Rick translated. Let's see. Yep, Kings County in this county has the lowest property tax rate in New York City. Oh, interesting. Someone said that Tribeca overtook Upper East Side for the richest neighborhood. So it depends on the statistic, but when you say medium income, the medium income that lives in the neighborhood, that takes account to every single person in the neighborhood and makes a average, medium, average, a little bit more complicated, but this is not a channel about math. You could do more research on that on your own, but in essence it's an average. So Tribeca, yes, might have the highest median income, but the Upper East Side still has outsized amount of people who are super wealthy living there, billionaires and millionaires in hundreds of millions, that Tribeca might not have to the largest extent as the Upper East Side. That's why I would say Upper East Side is still the richest neighborhood in New York. Looks beautiful. Love the architecture, says Ryan. Oh, I'm glad you do, Ryan. Yeah, me too. Katerina recommends Cafe Regular. Oh, Cafe Regular. Well, maybe it's pronounced more European. Regular is a favorite on an afternoon like today. All right, everyone. So Katerina on Facebook recommends Cafe Regular. So here's a church. Here's the Iglesia Adventismo del Séptimo Día, which is the Church of the Seventh-day Adventist. I wonder what was it called originally. This definitely predates Adventist, I think. How far away is this from Manhattan? So if you take the 2-3 train from the nearby Bergen Street stop, which are only about 10 minutes away, or 5 minutes, you'll get to Wall Street in about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more, 10 to 15 minutes. And we're very close by subway. We also have the Q train on the 7th Avenue stop, and you'll get to Flatiron or to Union Square very quickly, also about 15 minutes maximum. Claudia, have I ever done the tour in Bay Ridge? Yeah, Claudia, I did a tour specifically about the gingerbread house. Search Bay Ridge Urbanist. Wow, look how beautiful this is. Hey, Brandon dice, oh, qué genial que hablas español. Soy de Colombia y mi sueño es de vivir en Nueva York. Ah, qué bien, sí. Más seguro lo va a lograr. Hay muchos colombianos aquí también. So, cuando te mueves aquí, va a conseguir mucha comida también colombiana. Especialmente en Jackson Heights, Queens, donde yo me crié. Yo me crié al lado de muchos colombianos. Pero yo también estoy bien emocionado ir un día a Cartagena y Medellín y estos otros lugares bien bonitos en Colombia. So Brandon says in Spanish that he can't wait to move here. He's watching from Colombia, and I responded that I can't wait to one day go to Colombia myself. And then when he comes here, he'll be able to still enjoy some Colombian food, especially in Jackson Heights, Queens. Panagiotis from Greece. Ooh, another red tree. I like this. Do I use buses and subway equally? Says Lost in the Curve. Ooh, great question. I tend to use more of the subway rather than the bus. The reason I prefer the subway is I get there a little bit quicker. During the pandemic, I'm not really stuck in the same place, too close to other people, generally at least. Thus, I prefer the subway. Even before the pandemic, I like the subway because it's much quicker. Buses here not as efficient as, say, in London. London probably has the best service I've ever encountered in my life from my travels. Here, you don't really always know when the bus comes, though Google Maps is getting better and better at telling you a time. But buses don't pass as frequently. Buses is a great way to explore the city cheaply and by sitting down. So if you rather just kind of relax, sit down, and see an entire avenue or stretch of a street, you can do so by getting on bus. Look at this. I love the extensive setup here. Wow. This is crazy. Heaters and everything. Wow. So here we're at 5th Avenue. And this is the main thoroughfare for Park Slope. Here we have Miriam. Miriam is actually a very popular Middle Eastern food place. I haven't tried it yet. Gotta come here at some point. Hey, wow, this outdoor setting is so impressive. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Your videos are making me want to feel to move to New York, says Andrew. Oh, I'm glad, Andrew. Are buses and subways really alternatives to each other? Here they complement each other. Yeah, they're not really alternatives. Depends where you go. Generally, you can get to most areas of the city via just using the subway. The buses are helpful for especially in areas like Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. Some areas are not so well serviced by the subway. So this is Beacon Closet, one of the best thrift stores in New York City. Here, Beacon's Closet. They have one also in the East Village and also in Williamsburg. And there's a lot of cool restaurants here. There's another great restaurant I recommend called Bogota. Speaking of Colombian food, there's a place called Bogota. Brendan, y tú estás mirando, cualquier persona que está mirando de Sudamérica, al lado hay un restaurante bien bueno que se llama Bogota. They do a stuffed plantain French toast. It's really ingenious. Hey, please go to St. Mark's Place from there. Debbie, okay, sure. So it's about the same type of street. Let's check out St. Mark's Place. Are you from there, Debbie? Let's cross. All right, we'll go to St. Mark's Place, which is the next street. Let me put on my mask again. Dark Horse, can I say hi to Tim Gunn next time I go to Mood Fabrics in Garment District? Great question. I really would have loved to feature Tim Gunn in my fashion documentary. He's not like casually going to Mood all the time. I think it's mostly for the show.
Or a nice thing.
But I have a insight into Mood Fabric when I did my fashion documentary, so check it out. Jorge, leí tu comentario anterior. No, todavía no. Lo puedes repetir, por favor. Susan says, why did I spend I think a video game ever in life. But feel free to ask me anything about the neighborhood or Brooklyn. I might have missed a few questions, so feel free to ask again. I'll be live for 15 more minutes. Let's continue walking around the peaceful little streets of New York, Brownstone, Brooklyn. Parlez français, no solo parlez anglais. Seriously, not traffic, a lot of traffic around. Yeah, you know, New York City has always been quiet. If you see my previous broadcasts, I've been doing live videos for 4 years. And maybe some people here who have watched my previous broadcasts around Thanksgiving time, they'll know that's usually empty. New York City is very quiet during Thanksgiving time. Show us where I live. Oh no, I keep that private. But I'll show you New York. T-Money. How expensive is this area? It depends. There's very expensive townhouses. We're not passing through them right now. These are more multifamily. Hey Judith, nice to see you here. Hola, soy de Argentina. Welcome, Silvia. Bienvenidos. Voy a preguntarme cualquier cosa en español. Hello, Victor from Belarus. Not much of the stoop on those brownstones. No, these are more quieter brownstones. Here's a nice little community garden. Let me zoom in. Très bien, bonne chance, mon ami. Merci beaucoup. Apurov from Dubai. Salam alaikum. Qué bueno que hablas español. Oh, sí, me encanta hablar español. Oh, wow. This is a nice art gallery right over here. Look at this. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Oh, that's nice. Brandon, ¿en qué trabajo? Esto, yo hago videos. Y también soy un filmógrafo o videógrafo. Yo creo que así se dice en español. Yo hago videos para clientes. I'm a full-time video maker. Maybe on YouTube, Facebook, live streaming. And also I make videos for other clients. So here we're passing at 4th Avenue. And we're basically already leaving Park Slope. Khaled says, oh, you know the Arabic language. I just know salam alaikum and shukran. That's the only words I know. Here's the Williamsburg Savings Bank Tower. And let's go on Prospect Place. Olivier, j'ai un ami Tehran. I can't wait to go to Tehran one day. All right, if anyone has any last remaining questions, feel free to ask. How far are the subway stations apart in Brooklyn? Looks can be deceiving in Brooklyn, so Manhattan's size is exaggerated on the subway map. It looks way bigger than it actually is. So whenever you see a subway stop, say the 1 train to 23rd Street, to the A train in 23rd Street, they might look gigantic. It might look super far away, but it's actually 1 avenue down. The opposite is the case with Brooklyn. It's smaller on the map. So 2 stations might look very close to each other, but they're actually super far away. JP, what do you recommend in Smith Street? Let me know. We didn't pass by too many brownstones. Let's go 1 more avenue up. So much history. So someone earlier asked me what's the short history of Park Slope. Park Slope was developed pretty early. There's a community garden from the other side. Park Slope was developed around the 1870s, functioning as a suburb of New York. So people living in downtown Manhattan could commute here via ferry and then probably take a streetcar over here. And part of these developers wanted to make houses that were very cheap to build, but they look nice. So they end up coming up with the brownstone. And the brownstone at the time in the 1870s was actually seen as a pretty cheap building material. And it is. A lot of these houses, especially as we look at the brownstones, are very hard to maintain. Take a whole lot of money. So that's a short history. Check out my previous video called Park Slope, the history of Park Slope, on Facebook. No snow. No. It's rare that it snows in November. Doesn't snow too often in December either. Snowiest months are January and February. And I already have a good jacket ready for snowy weather. So I can't wait to do a snowy cast. How did I learn Spanish, Marisol? Marisol, español era mi primer lenguaje. Mi familia de Puerto Rico. Yo hablo español con mi familia. Pero aprendí inglés cuando tenía como 4 años, 5 años. Spanish is my first language. Started learning English around 4 years old. It says, how can I read comments, be aware of traffic, move the camera, all at the same time? Been doing this for 4 years, so lots of practice. All right, I'll show you a little bit more Fifth Avenue for these final 9 minutes. Did I film videos in Puerto Rico? Oh yes. They were before I started doing live streams directly to Facebook. So you can find them directly to YouTube. You can find them on Facebook. Or I have a bonus YouTube channel where I posted a few of the older live streams, including the ones from Puerto Rico. And it's called Urbanist Bonus. Khaled says I'm smart. Oh, thank you, Khaled. I appreciate the compliment. All right, let me show you these. Hey, Lisa, you're listening to Sufjan Stevens right now, the recommendation I gave. Oh, cool, yeah. I love your content, says Emily. Awesome, Emily. Tracy, love your walks. Thank you, Tracy. How you do? Marisol says, I knew it. Love it. Thank you. I learned Spanish because my mom was always speaking to me in Spanish. Oh, cool, Olivier. How much is the rent parts in here? I actually don't know too much about the rent. Usually I don't really memorize that information. I don't cover too much real estate. But the best place to find... Ooh. Look at this beautiful coffee shop called Clever Blend. Best place to find information about rents and rent averages for any neighborhood. StreetEasy.com. There's rent YouTubers, real estate YouTubers as well. One of my favorite ones right now, he actually collaborated with Here Be Bar, is Cash Jordan. Check them out. Why do Americans celebrate Thanksgiving? The mythological story behind it, which is not entirely based on true events, is that the Native Americans offered the Americans food during a particularly harsh autumn. And they graciously accepted and had a dinner together, hence the start of Thanksgiving. Cash Jordan is doom and gloom about New York City right now. Yeah, Josh, he is. I'm not entirely sure why. He's actually doing worse for his business. He's a real estater. I'm so shocked that he's doom and gloom about it. I would assume he would want people to come here. So I'm not entirely sure why, but his other content is very good. Wow, I have a bunch of people tuning in on Facebook right now. Let me know where you guys are watching from, and let me know if you have any last questions. I'm a bit winded because my mask was fogging up, and I was trying to speak while I just was covered in fog. Hirby Bar moved to this area. He did. Because he's losing money, says Olivier. Yeah, that might be why he's a bit doom and gloom about it. But I don't think being more doom and gloom is going to help fix that. So there's a little peek into an apartment. Patricia says, not the true story of Thanksgiving. Stop spreading lies. Producer actually didn't say the latter part, but I did preface it saying that was the mythological version. Wow, the video and audio seem to be quite offset. Hey, is my audio not in sync? I had that issue with my Mega Walk. Let me know. Is there a problem with the sync? I hope it doesn't end up becoming too much of an issue. That would suck. I love peeking into apartments. Me too. I love peeking into apartments. Audio sync is way off. Oh no. Josh says it's in sync. Josh, you're seeing it in sync. So try to refresh your page. That might be a YouTube website issue, not an issue with the stream. A lot of people on Facebook are seeing it in sync as well. Okay, so if you're watching, just refresh your page. The replay will probably be in sync afterwards. Look at that. Oh, new townhouse right over here. Hey, you're taking me to my childhood place. I lived on 94th and 42nd in Queens. Yeah, I mean, that's much farther away. But it's cool that you lived in New York City. That's awesome. Will you be exploring Prospect Park and the history, says Adam. Prospect Park has, every time I've done the live stream there, has terrible service. Maybe I'll try it one of these days again. Not super much history there. There's a little bit of a few history there. Adam, search Urbanist Prospect Park. And I did one particular video where I covered a little bit more of the history. Here's a public school. Go to Parkley Center, is Naeem. We got a lot of people tuning in. Whoa. I got a lot of people tuning in. Do you guys want to continue on? Let me know if you want to continue on for, say, another hour. Let me know in the comments. I have a whole lot of people tuning in into the broadcast on YouTube. YouTube likes long broadcasts, which is interesting and really cool. Audio keeps breaking up. Oh no, that's a shame. Kay says keep on going. All right, everyone, vote on it. You and Action Kid are the best. Let me know if you want me to continue. I gotta take a nice slow stretch. All right. And if you're watching on Facebook and you're wondering why am I doing such long videos, aside from the pleasure of doing a long video, Facebook also really enjoys long videos. So that's why I'm doing it. You know, it's all also, aside from showing you more places and taking a little bit more time, it's a great way to grow also on YouTube. And of course, you know, I'm here not just as someone making pure art of the places I show, but it's also part of my livelihood and also career. So if two things intertwine, if more entertainment works for you and I get more subscribers, even better. All right, so we got a lot of people voting, and we even got more people tuning in. So we're about to cross 500 people watching at the same time. All right, everyone voted to go. Richard gave a nice Australian, 15 Australian dollars. Thank you, Richard. I always appreciate your contributions. All right, let's walk around. I'll show you some really gorgeous brownstones. Oh yeah, really, really gorgeous ones. Stay tuned. It's pretty empty, so I'm gonna keep my mask off. I'll avoid people as I'm walking. Is Times Square too far away from me? Very, very far away, yeah. By train, you'll end up getting there in about 20 minutes or so.
On Thanksgiving?
Take the 2-3 train or the Q train, you'll get there. Whoa! Which avenue is this? This is 6th Avenue. Oh my God. Get that beard, JP. I'm keeping it a little bit long, but probably not for much longer. But I appreciate the compliment. If you see my older videos, you'll see how big my beard could get. Wow, beautiful. This is the St. Augustine RC Church. I'm not so sure what RC stands for, but it's really, really interesting looking. Oh, look at that. Beautiful church. Judith, who was the person who left the super chat? Let me know. My jacket comes from Scotch and Soda, yeah. Can we take a train ride? We can. There's only one line that goes above ground for a few stops. RC means Roman Catholic. Thank you for the clarification. St. Augustine Roman Catholic Church. Gorgeous church. Let's see that stained glass windows. How old is this church? I don't know. First time I really popped in. Brooklyn is known as the city of churches. So there's always a whole lot of churches in Brooklyn. And it smells like Christmas trees because we see a bunch of Christmas trees right there. Let me zoom in. Can we take an Uber ride, says Shields. You know what? I don't have my secondary phone for Uber ride. Otherwise I would. I have to get myself a secondary phone again. So maybe in the future. Wow. Let's go into the church. Closed. No, they don't even have doorknobs on here. I wish I could go into the church. Usually Catholic churches are open, but it seems like this one isn't. I'll give it a try. I doubt it though. Yeah, it's locked. It's locked. Right there. Emily, I live right outside Queens. I wish I could go in. Not very welcoming without doorknobs. Nope, no doorknobs whatsoever in this church. My name is Dion. Dion, welcome. Nice to see you here, Dion. I appreciate you. Oh, the streets are getting too crowded very quickly. People start walking on nowhere. Sharon says, use your magic powers to open the doors. I wish I could. Church is gigantic. Look how massive this is. So Brooklyn is known as the city of churches because there is a church basically in every single corner, or every few blocks here in Brooklyn. more than Manhattan, even more than Queens as well. Emily, what do I love most about New York City? There's so many things I love about New York City. One of the things is New York City is very walkable. For me, a true city, a city that feels good, is a city that is walkable. If you can walk around, be entertained, see beautiful areas, walk in streets where there's fairly a good amount of people, where it's not huge roadways where you feel tiny and you feel like you're walking right next to a highway. If that's not the case, that's the type of places I love and would live in. So walkability, that's what I love about New York. Beyond that, there's a lot of history all around us, which I've covered in many videos. So Judith mentioned I got a super chat. Let me know who I got the super chat from. Sorry I missed it, or whoever it was. Lanikai, ¿cómo se llama? Esto se llama Park Slope, Brooklyn. La Cuesta de Parque, esa es la traducción en español. Park Slope. Hey, Riju Jones, thank you so much for the super chat. This is a great video, Ariel. Love watching you. I'm glad. Thank you so much. Riju, I appreciate you. Is that guy with the backpack homeless? No, he didn't appear homeless, no. So here, I think what we might be looking at is single family. It's hard to tell, but sometimes when the lobbies look very nice, I think they're single family. I mean, not the lobby, but the hallway. Hey, 4K. Late to the party, no worries. Tienes buena pronunciación en español. Saludos de Buenos Aires. Bienvenidos, Kumiko. How diverse is Park Slope? Not so diverse. Many are white Americans. Hello, Ángel y Shefrin. Bienvenidos. So here we have another church. Told you, it's the city of churches. And the sun is setting, so we have beautiful sunlight hitting the top of the buildings. What's with all the tree barricades? You know, so I'm not entirely sure 100%, but I think one of the main reasons might be in order to help the tree grow and not tilt one way or the other. So you see this tree over here, they don't want the tree to start tilting above the roadway, which can happen. Trees are natural, creatures and natural organisms, and they grow in a whole bunch of different ways, whole bunch of different shapes. And you can go to a wilderness and sometimes you'll see a tree growing this way. They don't want that to happen, so they don't want the tree to grow either towards the street, which could be a liability for anyone parked or for anyone crossing. They don't want it to grow this way towards the sidewalk, which can also be a liability. Both legal and structural as well, because anyone passing could get hurt, or it could be a structural liability if the roots start growing into the house or too much into the sidewalk. So that is my educated guess. So do your own research whenever I make those educated guesses. Hey, Angel, love your channel. Great history every video. So I'm so glad you like Angel. Today's not a history video, so do your own research with whatever I say here today. Cruz. Hola, hermosa ciudad. Espero volver solo. Soy María Cruz. María, bienvenidos de Patagonia. Patagonia. Me encantaría ir un día a Patagonia. Look at this mural. Wow. Does the city put the trees in front or the people living in the brownstone? It's definitely not the city. I think it's a neighborhood association in conjunction with the owner of the townhouse. I think that's the case. So this is right in front of Park Slope. Julio, ¿cómo pasaste Thanksgiving? Yo pasé muy bien, tranquilamente, con familia. Era buena temperatura, so podía comernos juntos, con toda la ventana abierta afuera. Un placer. Thanksgiving was awesome. I spent it with family. Luckily, it was a very warm day, so we were able to eat together in open air, which was nice. Kumiko says, ¿Cuándo quieres venir a Argentina? A mí me encantaría ir. Y hay tanta historia ahí. A mí me encantaría hacer un video comiendo parrillada. Me encantaría ir a las Pampas y decir hola a todas las vacas. Me gustaría también hacer un video de tango. So, hay muchos videos que me encantaría hacer en Buenos Aires y Argentina. I would love to go to Argentina sometime soon and do a video about their steak houses. During which season do you like New York City the best? In my opinion, I love summer the most. But Christmas, there's an undeniable beauty of Christmas in New York. Your speech, brasilero. I'm not Brazilian. Some people think I'm Brazilian. No soy brasilero. Soy americano. Mi familia es de Puerto Rico. So tú puedes llamarme un New Yorker. I'm not Brazilian. My family's from Puerto Rico. So we're walking down 6th Avenue. I'm just absolutely amazed by these buildings. Wow. Let me know how you feel about these buildings. Are you feeling good inside as you walk through these wonderful, virtually at least, through these wonderful neighborhood? There's many movies that take place here in Park Slope. One of my favorites is While We're Young, directed by Noah Baumbach, starring Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller has a movie where he and his on-screen wife end up buying a terrible apartment that has horrible issues. I think it's called, I forgot the name of the movie. If anyone remembers the name of the movie. Babak is feeling warm and cozy. Umir, am I married? No, I'm single. Tango you mentioned, now I'm gonna play some. Oh yeah, I love tango. Gotan Project, one of the best tango bands, modern tango bands there is. So now we're at Union Street, another major thoroughfare. Dion, my name is Ariel in Spanish. Duplex. Thank you, Omir and Yvonne. That's the name of the movie. Duplex. If you want to see a movie about a Park Slope apartment that is way too high maintenance, starring Ben Stiller. And I think it was Drew Barrymore was his on-screen wife. Hilarious movie. Probably not the best movie ever, but it's fun enough for the sake of watching Park Slope. And once in a while, I'll walk this way. Emily, where did I grow up? Jackson Heights, Queens. Love that movie, says Natalie. Veronica says, welcome from Texas. Welcome, Veronica from Texas. Bienvenidos. All right. So, people wanted churches, and we're seeing all the churches. So many churches here. Is it expensive here? It is, yeah. There might be some affordable housing here, of course. I mean, not affordable housing in the official context. I mean, housing that isn't too expensive, because there's a lot of multifamily housing as well within these blocks. But the further up we go, a little bit less expensive it gets. So we're going in the direction of least expensive. So, hey, knee deep. This is a great way to spend Black Friday instead of shopping. Hey man, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Thank you. Cassandra, I don't answer too many private questions, so personal questions, so feel free to ask me anything about history, food, culture, the context of travel, New York. Wow. What church is this? St. Francis Xavier Roman Catholic Church. So the reason we're seeing a lot of Roman Catholic churches was, I mentioned this was developed in the 1870s. During that era, there was an influx of Irish immigrants as well. And a few of those Irish immigrants were starting to settle down in Park Slope, especially in nearby Brooklyn Heights. That's why we'll see a lot of Roman Catholic churches as well. Some of them were turned, especially in the early 1900s, when a lot more Irish started coming here, and Italians later on. These Episcopal churches or other types of Protestant churches, maybe Dutch Calvinists, were turned into Catholic churches. But this one's gorgeous. Wow. Is it cold? No, not really. At least 1870s, around there, give or take. Adam, have I been inside a synagogue? Yeah, I've done a few synagogues. Search Urbanist Synagogue, and you'll find really cool synagogues, including the Eldridge Street Synagogue in the Lower East Side. I also did the largest synagogue in New York, which is the Temple Emmanuel. So I've done some really cool synagogues. Whoa, David. David is a legend with $30. Thank you so much, David, for the huge, generous super chat. I appreciate that, David. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. All right, let's continue walking around. Richard says, love your passion for churches. Oh yeah, I love my churches. It's so cool. Always get an uneasy feeling watching planes fly overhead in New York. Well, Josh, then you would not want to see my video about Park Slope's history that I did back in around June-ish. I talk about a plane crash. A plane literally landed, or not landed, but crashed into a Park Slope street. We were walking close to the street earlier, Prospect Place. Hey, Carlos, you're 67 and your daughter's in New Jersey on vacation. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Hope she's enjoying it. Josh says, whoa, wow, I need to watch it. Yeah. Oh, we see a gas lamp over there. Let me know, what's your favorite movie that takes place in Brooklyn? There's a lot more. There's also another movie that takes place nearby here. It's called The Intern, starring Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway. Really great movie. Robert De Niro's character, who's the older intern, lives in Carroll Gardens, and they work in Dumbo. Are those townhouses and apartments? Hard to tell sometimes, but let's see. When you see like a very homey hallway, that could indicate that's more of a townhouse. But when you see more of these square type of buildings and a more kind of planar hallway, I think that is most likely multifamily. So I think what we're looking at here right now is multifamily. Josh would like to live under the stairs, Josh. Indeed. Sylvia dice que bonito. Hey, oh, Umir, you say that the movie Out for Justice, Steven Seagal, he has scenes here in Park Slope in Brooklyn? Oh, interesting. I didn't know Steven Seagal movie took place in Brooklyn. That's fascinating. So here we're passing now it's becoming increasingly multifamily. Single family is in the next avenue, 7th and 8th Avenues, where 8th Avenue is the very rich area. And across down here. Will and Grace has scenes in Brooklyn. Oh, interesting. We see no flowers on the balconies. Yeah, not too many flowers. Not too many flowers. Nope. Isn't this where Hubry Bar moved? Yep, he moved to this neighborhood. He has a few videos on it. You could do a duet walk with Action Kid. I've done many walks with Action Kid. Search Urbanist Action Kid on YouTube. Dion, la batería. Tengo bastante batería. Yo puedo hacer una emisión fácilmente de 3 horas y media con la batería mía. I can easily do a 3.5-hour transmission with my battery. Interesting. This is a nice area. I'm glad you think so. That's First Street. This is Garfield Place. Let's go down Garfield Place. Spike Lee has a lot of Brooklyn scenes. Oh, yes, he does. He has one of his latest movies was Red Hook. I didn't enjoy that one too much. But I think one of his best movies is Do the Right Thing, which takes place in a similar neighborhood, similar looking neighborhood. Not so expensive. Is Bedford-Stuyvesant. Aerial strolls are legendary. Thank you, Grivas. I appreciate it. All right, so are we still live? Yes, we are, Steve. People mentioned they wanted to see a train ride. There is a train nearby that has about 2 stops above ground. Do you guys want to see that train? Let me know in the comments. We're about 10 minutes away. And we can walk and end towards that line. Let me know. All right. Let me get a sip of water before we continue on. So if you asked a question and I missed it, feel free to let me know. You want to see the location where the plane crashed, Olivier? Search on Facebook my video Park Slope History Urbanist. Search that and you'll see it. It was back in June. And you'll see the exact spot where the plane crashed. Is that heading to LaGuardia or JFK? That is probably departing. So if the plane is going this way, it's going into the interior, I think, of New York, most likely. Or, I mean, to the interior of the US. If it's going this way, it's most likely going towards JFK. If it's going this way, it might be going to LaGuardia. Though, don't quote me on that. There might be different choices. And Stefan says, dude, that's an easy choice. And if we see Hubry Bar, let's wave to him. All right, let's continue walking around. Josh, I took the mask off. Yeah, I took the mask off when I was in the emptier streets. Now that we're heading to the subway, I'm putting it back on. Eat and drink, says Jose. Such a cool mask. Says Killaho. Oh, thank you. Okay. Richard. Hello. Edward. Welcome. Sarah. Hello. Sarah. No floral mask today, Edward? Oh, I'm wearing it, yeah. I'm wearing a floral mask. What is the most uncommon chat that made it in all these years? Uncommon chat. Ooh, I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. I think the philosophical chats are the ones that are a little bit more not related to history, food, or culture. And oh wow, look at these houses. I think the most epic chat I've ever had is in the Campo dei Fiori in Rome, having aperitivo, which was drinks and little bites. I had a very, very strong few Negronis, and we had almost a 4-hour shot on live video. Wow. This is very interesting architecture. What would this be called? Let me know in the comments. No politics in the comments. Yes, no politics whatsoever. Many other great shows you can talk about politics. Here is about travel, food and culture, history. You're looking for Jay, for John? Yeah, I'm trying to say, where is John? Tell him to come out, say hi. The time you got a bit quiffy, says, okay, maybe just a bit. A smidge quiffy. Beaux Arts. Yeah, you know what? I know what you mean. It doesn't quite strike me as Beaux Arts because the design is a bit kind of more avant-garde. It's a little bit more, it had that curve, which you really don't see in classical architecture that's based on Roman or Greek. It seemed a little bit more like Art Nouveau, almost Art Nouveau. Oh, here's a place called Crazy Good Burgers. You think the burgers are good? Are the burgers any good?
Yes.
Yes, they are? Oh,
Very
cool.
good.
All right, awesome. So, a place called Crazy Good Burgers. Big crowd. Must be good. Yeah, must be good. Kenya says, I gotta try them out. I would try that place in a heartbeat. I'll let you guys be the judge. Put a vote on it. Should we put Crazy Good Burgers to the test? There's a nice little seat in front, not crazy crowded, as opposed to the other side. Let me know in the comments if you want to try some Crazy Good Burgers, or rather go directly to the train. Let me know. We'll still go to the train nonetheless, but if you want to take a 20-ish minute break at the burger place, let me know. Vote on it. I'll let you guys decide. 4K says yes. City Boy says yes. Veronica says Trey. Kay votes for a burger test. Sharon votes for a burger test. We only care about beers. All right, I'll include a beer. JP says it's up to you. Burger place now, says Jose. All right. We're getting a lot of, a whole lot of burger. All right, I know. Hey, one for one? Can I grab it here?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Paper on the table. Hang on one second.
Yeah, no problem, thank you.
like one perfect spot on there.
You guys are packed today, I see.
Yeah, buddy. Fridays, man.
Oh, awesome.
Good. Okay, there's a QR code there on the table for you. I'll have some water out in just a moment.
Cool, awesome. Do you have a menu? Because I don't have.
Oh, you don't have it on your phone?
Yeah. That was good.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
Legacy, yeah.
Whoa, look at the huge list of burgers. Gigantic menu. Oh my god. A burger with Rama, nice. Cool. All right, hey, how's it going?
I'm well. How are you?
Thank you. I'm already ready to order. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I'm ready to order. Yeah, thank you. The shots are fired. No, I'm joking. All right, so someone left a super chat. Who was it? City Boy. Thank you so much for the bun. City Boy sponsoring the bun. Thank you, City Boy, for $5. I appreciate that. Try not to order something too big. Oh, all right.
All right, you got any questions for me? Anything like that?
No, I like the Ramba Lamba.
Yeah. How would you like it cooked?
Medium rare, please. And do you have any good Brooklyn beers, local Brooklyn beers?
First of all, before we get there, on the ramen level comes with a side.
Yeah.
Fries.
Oh, which size do you have?
There's 22 options, but fries, onion rings, tater tots, sweet potato fries, soup, salad, corn dog nuggets, mac and cheese balls, truffle parm bacon fries. All the fries come with your choice of Cajun or Old Bay seasoning or plain. And then the salads have 3 dressing options.
Wow. Okay, I'll have the mac and cheese balls.
Mac and cheese balls. And local Brooklyn beers.
Yeah.
What style of beer do you like?
Stouts.
Stouts. So I only have the left hand. They're from Colorado. I have the Flying Dog. They're more localized, but it's in a bottle, so it's not a draft, and it's a porter. It's an imperial porter, so it's about 10% ABV.
How about IPAs?
IPAs, yeah, I mean, I suggest doing the Braven. They're local. They're a really nice IPA.
Raven. Okay, I'll have that.
You got it, bud.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, we're all set, everyone. So a lot of they had a huge list. They have 22 different sides. Kind of crazy. A lot of people say I would go for the salad. I usually would go for the salad too, but while salads are great for a normal meal, you know, this is a show about tourism, about exploring. So I'd rather show you the crazy thing rather than just the salad. You know, because it's more special. You can find generally a salad anywhere. Awesome. Thank you so much. No worries. Alright, wonderful. Yeah, I can have a salad anytime. I'd rather not have the salad and I'd rather have something that is unique. Mac and cheese balls. I never heard of mac and cheese balls as a side. Usually there's some places where they're American comfort food and you have to pay for them separately. So this is a very unique moment to have a mac and cheese balls on the side. Usually I will also get sweet potato fries. So 4K Wanderer left a $10 PayPal. Oh, thank you so much, 4K Wanderer. I appreciate you. Ooh, lots of people are shipping in for the meal. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sponsoring this meal. I will describe it as vividly as humanly possible. So Cynthia, thank you so much for the $15 super chat. She says the stout is on me. So they only had a stout from Colorado on draft, which is okay. But I want to give a little bit of support to Brooklyn places since we're in Brooklyn. So we got the Brazen IPA. So Brazen, I'm not entirely sure where they're from. I'll ask the guy. Let's try it out. Wow. Send a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mulaney and Sondar. Let me know how to pronounce your name. Sondar, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And Robert, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Robert and Mulaney, thank you everyone so much for the super chat. And ooh, who else left the super chat? Wow, a lot of people. Awesome. All this is sponsored by all you guys. Walking gives you appetite too. It does, Helen. Yes, it does. And enjoy, and thanks for the live. My pleasure. So we're gonna be here about like 20 minutes as we enjoy the burger, and then we're gonna end at the subway station, which is pretty close by, and we can see a ride for about 2 stops. And just to kind of hype it up a little bit, this subway station is the tallest one of the tallest rapid transit stations in the entire world, and also has marvelous views of the Manhattan and downtown Brooklyn skyline from the perspective of a subway train. It's really awesome train ride. Can't wait to show it to you after this meal. The background is a vibe. It really is. It really is. I don't think we could have chose a better place. So you a Mr. Blobby shirt, David, where you're referring to. I keep losing chat connection. Oh, I'm so sorry. Try to refresh your page. So, this beer is, IPAs sometimes run the risk of being like very kind of punchy and too kind of overwhelming. I like sometimes having an IPA that's very overwhelming. To describe what IPA is a beer made with hops. Hops is actually in the same family as the cannabis plant. So if you're familiar with cannabis and you smell it, it might have a similar smell to it, especially the lighter kind. If you're not familiar with cannabis, it's kind of like a bitter taste to it, but in a very pleasurable way. And the hops add that kind of nice bitter taste to it. Sometimes beers, especially if they're microbrews are basically breweries are very tiny, very small, and they're very localized, like this one, localized to Brooklyn. Sometimes they go crazy with the hops, ends up being crazy strong. So when here you're in New York City and you're used to beers, say in Europe, in Germany, Prague, even France or England, those beers tend to be between 3 and 4%, sometimes 5% alcohol. But New York City, fair warning, it could be much more higher percent alcohol. That's why the guy warned me for one of the microbrews. He said it's 10%, which is extremely high. So do mind that when you're having American beers. Like typical beer cans are very low in percent alcohol. They're about 5%, 4%. But once you start going to local brews, they can be very high in percentage. So just a fair warning. 10% is considered very, very high. Hey, how's it going? I'm talking to YouTube. I'm making a YouTube video. Yeah, YouTube. A little kid was asking, hey, who are you talking to? That's funny. He has a very cute helmet as well. And more percent for the dollar. Yes. Are you referring to my PayPal? Jay, yes. Such a sweetheart. Yeah, cute little kid. He was, you saw him pass by me. He was like, who are you talking to? And the mom was like, I don't know. And then he turned around and like, who? And like referred to me, who are you talking to?
Alright, let's get you probably right here.
You must try a stag beer, says Susan. Okay, Susan. Will do. And Maggie, Margie, you say so cute. Yeah, indeed. CB, so sweet. Indeed. Elisa, welcome. IPA stands for Indian Pale Ale, Richard. Yes. Are you originally from New York? Yes, Jackson Heights, Queens is where I grew up. 10%. No, this is not a 10% beer. This one I think is about 6%. Is a bit stronger than usual. Let me see. I have oh, this is strong. This is a strong beer, actually. I'll show you. Oh, 6.7%. So I got the Braven Crowded Places Hazy IPA, 6.7%, $7. Good price for American beer. In Manhattan, sometimes they could go as high as $10 to $15. So Braven Crowded Places, this is 6.7, so this is very strong, especially compared to European standards. There are, of course, your Narragansett, which is 5%, and you have 5%, 6%, but sometimes you have crazy high ones in the bottles and cans as well, right there.
Fully respectful of everything, but we also do sanitize ourselves. What's up, folks? How are ya?
Okay, so what's up? Buy me a IPA. I'm close by. I'm not sure if you're joking or not, but when I do these food videos, I prefer to do it solo. So I appreciate anyone who's happy to say hi. I'm always happy to say hi for a few seconds. But if I'm doing a walkthrough or if I'm eating a meal, I'd rather continue doing it solo. Strongest beer I would have is a root beer. Yeah, you can have a root beer. If they sometimes have non-alcoholic beers, which is the case in this place. They do have a non-alcoholic option. Yes, they do. It's called Athletic Run Wild IPA. So they even have an IPA that's non-alcoholic, which is great. $6. So they do have, and they have another one called Bitter Bird Drive, also non-alcoholic. Really cool. Would I have canned wine? I would not. I rarely drink wine. Would I have it canned? Not really. Why does IPA taste good with citrus? I think that's that combination of bitter added with, if you add like grapefruit juice to it, it might be a good combination. If you tell that to a beer snob here in Brooklyn, which there are many, they will scoff at you because they'll say, you're mixing beer with juice, don't do that. But it could be very tasty. They also have cocktails and they also have non-alcoholic drinks. So the urbanism is high impact. Overall is colonial. Ooh, we're referring to. Is whiskey strong to drink? Yes, it is. Whiskey is considered a hard liquor. So beer and wine, beer is the lowest amount of alcohol percentage usually. You can have something a little bit lower, which is more along the lines of like hard seltzer, but beer is usually the lowest on the spectrum of alcohol. You can have very light beers. Traditionally, German, Belgian beers, they used to be as light as like 3%, sometimes even lower, 2% alcohol. Or you can have non-alcoholic beer, but you have very high percentage alcohol, which ends up being hard liquor. And hard liquor is your whiskeys, your rums, and then you have extremely high percentage, which is absinthe, Everclear, Devil's Spring, which are extremely high percentage. Absinthe is probably the only high percentage one that's pleasant to drink. Anything higher than that, like Everclear and Devil's Spring, it's not so pleasant. It's in order to get drunk very quickly. Here in New York City, there's a thing called nutcrackers. So if you go to any major event, maybe outdoor concerts or a block party or a like a DJ event or like a hip hop event outside, you'll sometimes see these guys kind of saying, whispering, nutcracker, nutcracker, nutcracker. And they have like a little cooler right next to them, nutcracker, nutcracker. I've actually shown that on live video a few times. And inside they have these juice bottles. They look like the 25, 50 cent juices that you'll get at bodegas at corner stores here in New York City. You might be familiar with it if you're in America. You probably have had the juice plastic bottle before. But nutcrackers are juices made with cheap juice, but they're very, very, very high in alcohol percentage because they add Everclear, they might add Devil's Spring if they're a good nutcracker. So they're illegal, technically, because they don't have a liquor license. But they're extremely strong and they're supposed to usually be very cheap. They look so beautiful. I agree. Is it illegal to buy? I don't think you could be reprimanded if you buy. I think only the seller is. Oh, amazing! Thank you so much.
Ramalama with the mac and cheese ball.
Perfect. Thank you.
You have ketchup, hot sauce, salt, and pepper in the caddy. Napkin and fork in front of you. Anything else you need?
No, that's all. Thank you
Enjoy.
so much. All right. Look at this. Or am I outside right now? Yes, I'm only eating outdoors for my own personal preference. Let me show you the food. Great waiter. Yeah. Excellent service. Excellent service. So here we have the mac and cheese balls. Look at this burger. They even have it branded. Oh my God. They even put like a huge, I'm not sure what that is. I think this is stuffed with goat cheese. So I got the goat cheese one with spinach. I love my goat cheese. I'm not sure what the sauce is. I'll check it out. And yeah, this all looks amazing. Wow. Look at that. And they have outdoor seating rules, and they have a bunch of hot sauces. So they know their audience. And of course some water, which is awesome. Do I think I can finish this? It doesn't seem too big. I think I can. And have I tried moonshine? I've tried like official moonshine, like moonshine made by like a real company. It was good. It was good. Super strong. It was good. Moonshine is also on the high-end category. All right, let's try this mac and cheese bowl with this sauce. I'm not for sure what the sauce is. Wow. This is literally a deep fried mac and cheese ball. This is really good. Usually mac and cheese balls can be hit or miss. And this one, very cheesy. It's very good. The pasta is not so overwhelming. So it's a little bit of like crushed pasta instead of like a whole macaroni. Really good combination. Highly recommend this. Wow, this is a really good mac and cheese ball. And I love the breading and the cheese that they put on it. That is amazing. If you want a little bit of junk food in your life, have this mac and cheese ball. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. I'll try another bite. I don't know what the sauce is. You can barely taste the sauce.
At least do that before that.
I don't know what the sauce is. I can barely taste the sauce. It's a very light sauce. I really don't know. I don't know what the sauce is. I might ask. The mac and cheese balls speak for themselves. The sauce is grainy. It almost reminds me of soul food. There's like a grainy dish that's I don't know what the name is. If anyone knows what in soul food, it's not aloe. No, it's not mayonnaise based. It's similar to in soul food. There's this kind of grainy, like it's like oatmeal, but it's like very, very light, very kind of more wet. There's a dish in soul food that I forgot what it is. Grits. Yes, Snuggie. Thank you. So these are grits. So it's like, it almost tastes like an oatmeal. A little bit more savory. Yeah, a little bit more savory. Not too much taste. It's pretty light on taste. I can barely make out a taste out of it. So it's grits. Now for the burger. And it's hummus? No, it's not hummus. It's grits. If anyone can let me know what the grits name is. Anthony says, "You're awesome. My boyfriend and I truly appreciate your fun and informative, unique way of communicating what cities are around the world." I'm so glad I could show it to you. Look at this view. This is an amazing view. When I'm condemned by the doctor, I'll eat your meal, not before. All right. Let's try this huge burger that's branded with their logo. And I'm gonna see if I can actually hold it all in one. All right, wish me luck, everyone. It is a ball of deep fried goat cheese. I love goat cheese.
Yeah, just ask me to heat it, right? Yeah.
So great,
Well, I gotta get the lighter.
great brioche bun. The goat cheese is very powerful goat cheese, very creamy goat cheese. Not so funky, luckily, so it's not speaking too loud. Well, let's try this burger. We gotta get a bigger bite.
No, we talked about it, and we have all our dividers. We just got them all, but now we're waiting to see what's going to happen with this. So they're going to shut down the indoor, right? Yeah, by December. I think.
Wow.
They're just waiting for Thanksgiving weekend to finish, and then they're going to shut down.
So no ketchup, because I want to taste the burger for what it is. The burger's super juicy. Super juicy.
Letting the doors get up.
Huge burger itself.
Middle of the country, just as bad.
Well
We have
cooked.
friends in Missouri, and,
Medium rare, even though usually when you ask for medium rare, they do it medium well.
wedding venue.
So it's not super pink,
Stuff on the Facebook, whatever.
but that's okay.
Crap for it.
Can't complain too much. The brioche bun, I love burgers with brioche
Now
buns.
her husband and her
It does add a lot to the calories, so be aware. But usually in these burger places, you can ask for other different calories.
what happened? I don't know. We're waiting to hear. They're sort of going through it, so they're a little asymptomatic. But the older people, like and his parents, they're like suffering right now. So. But, yeah.
So they also add some pickled onions to it, which is a nice kind of balance with the goat cheese. And of course, spinach always goes great with goat. So I love goat cheese with spinach. Great classic burger. I dare I say, this is a crazy burger. Crazy good burger.
That's the next I don't see
This is not this is not false advertisement. So Keith, is this Shake Shack? This is not Shake Shack. The taste is very different from Shake Shack, as opposed to the other burger I tried about last week. It's very different from Shake Shack. Too many cheeses going on. It's just goat cheese on this burger. The mac and cheese is different. The view behind you is lovely. It really is. Oh, amazing burger, man. Yeah, it lives up to the name. All right, so the view behind you is lovely. It really is. I like to watch you eat. That's weird, says Shirley. I don't know. A lot of people like this type of content, so I do it for the people. The burger looks amazing. Can you say hi to Hannah? Hannah from Brazil. Bienvenidos. Let me know how to say welcome in Portuguese. Thank you so much for tuning in, Hannah. I appreciate you. Shake Shack isn't very good in my opinion, says Josh. In my opinion, Shake Shack is the best fast food burger. Well, let me know what fast food burger do you prefer. And thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. I hope you can finish it. I think I will. I think I will finish it. Should I finish it, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go. Jackson Hole burger for City Boy. Awesome. A&B. Interesting. A&W. That's a very old school pick. Have I tried In-N-Out? I have, but not on video yet. It was before I ever started making videos. I tried In-N-Out. Really enjoyed it. I still miss it. I want to go to Las Vegas or Los Angeles to do a video on In-N-Out. Great question. Getting drink fat. Lights look good. Yeah, indeed. Nice that we have the lights. Compared to the $20 burger, says Killaho. Great question. So last week I had a $20 burger, or a $22 burger.
This is a little bit less expensive. This is $16, so the price is better. The bun is better. I like my brioche, but the burger itself, that other place had a little bit better of a burger. Bit better. Had a Pat LaFreda burger, had a little bit more taste to it. This burger isn't as super juicy as the other one. So this is a great burger. I would highly recommend it. The other one had a little bit better tasting beef, but overall price, composition, the branding, everything, the setting, I would highly recommend this place. So brioche bun is a more kind of a sweeter bun, more buttery than the potato bun that is used in Shake Shack, which is very soft. 4K says, I think I'm gonna have a burger tonight. Awesome, 4K. And brioche buns are the best, says Kilo. Chain burgers, I'd rather have a burger, not a chain, yeah. Yeah, if you're in New York City, Shake Shack is amazing. It's a New York place. But I encourage you, go to the local burger places. In many areas in America, I'm not the biggest spokesperson for food across other cities in America. It's not always the best selection. But one thing you will find in the majority of cities in America, including New York, is great burgers. That is the best thing you can find. So I would recommend, if you're in New York City, or if you're in any other major city in America, maybe try the McDonald's when you're driving between cities. Or maybe try that Shake Shack when you're in a pinch, in a hurry, when you're about to watch a Broadway show. But otherwise, go to these small local businesses like Crazy Good Burgers here, or go to, there's a bunch of other great local burger places here in New York City. There's a lot of great chains as well. Bubba Grump is a good, like, kind of touristy burger. Same thing at Dallas, but I would recommend, if you're in Brooklyn, if you're in Queens, if you're any other city, maybe Boston or Philadelphia or Los Angeles, I will bet you that there is an amazing burger place over there. So let me take another bite of this burger. There's a lot of great food restaurants outside of Manhattan. There is. This is a little bit more affordable. It is. Am I a burger enthusiast? I love my burgers, but you'll speak to most Americans that eat meat. They love their burgers, and there's a bunch of now vegetarian burgers. So even there, you'll find burger enthusiasts that love, that are vegan. All right, we're getting to a perfect time of night for that train ride, so I'm so excited for it. Let me know if you're excited for that train ride. Let me know if you have any last remaining questions. Thank you everyone for sponsoring this meal. Highly recommend this place. If you have any other questions, someone earlier mentioned they're surprised that in 2020 people still are looking weird at someone talking to the camera. Yeah, it's a bit odd, but it's okay. Try John's Pizza. John's Pizza, I've been tempted to show you guys. Been tempted, but they only sell it by the pie. So I'll need a friend. Should I enlist Action Kid for trying John's Pizza? Alright, let's have a little bit more of these mac and cheese balls. They get the full experience of a mac and cheese in one little bowl. It's just magical. Condensing that entire experience. Boom. one bite. That's a good mac and cheese ball. Is there any height restriction on New York City beyond the Freedom Tower? I don't think officially. There's no official height. It's not like Paris or London, where there's London. There's a restriction on line of sight for St. Paul's Cathedral. In Paris, there's a height restriction. I think with the Eiffel Tower, Washington D.C. as well. New York City does not have any official height restriction, I think. And take your time enjoying your burger. I'm already finished with the burger. That was great. Like, I basically already ate everything. But I'm gonna enjoy this tomato though. Alright, I have one more mac and cheese ball.
I don't like
You know what, guys? You can get fries anywhere, but get the mac and cheese balls here. The name of the place is Crazy Good Burgers and Crazy Beers. Crazy Good Burgers and Crazy Beers. What is the body height restriction? I'm not sure. Do you do any videos in Staten Island? Sometimes. What makes a great hamburger meat? Asked Adam. Great question. The quality of the cows is first and foremost. So,
man, okay, about real time, please.
yeah, sure.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
Appreciate it, boss.
It's $2.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Yeah, first and foremost, the quality of the meats. So, for example, there's Pat LaFreda Burgers, which does the burgers for Shake Shack in New York, and a few other high-end restaurants use Pat LaFreda. They're very picky about their cows. So they choose very specific cows that are really, really good. That's what makes a very good burger, first and foremost. The second thing is the butcher themselves. I'm not sure too much about the butchering process, but I would assume that there's some technique with it. I'm gonna check, please. And then the third thing is the actual cooking. You can have the best burger in the world, and you can completely fail in cooking it and make a burnt mess. But you can have the worst burger in the world and have the best chef make it, it won't be good. That said, cooking it is imperative. That's why some people can make a burger out of the top quality. Thank you.
Everything was good.
Oh, amazing.
Awesome sauce. We got some of your peeps calling in asking about some of the stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it just happened right now.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, while you're doing it. Is it like a regular streamer?
Yeah. I stream cities all around the world.
Oh, okay.
Based in New York. And
Right on.
just doing Brooklyn today. Did most of Park Slope.
I love it,
Yeah.
man. I love it. Do you have a card or anything? Or where
I
we
don't
can
have a
follow
card,
the
but
stuff?
you can follow me on Urbanist Exploring Cities.
Urbanist Exploring Cities.
On
You got
YouTube,
it,
yeah.
bud. Thank you.
What time is it in New York? 5-6 p.m. Yeah, it's already dark, but we're in for a treat with that train ride. And Los Paisanos Butcher Shop nearby. Yeah, sometimes you'll find a great butcher shop. And what is the total? I'll tell you right now. It's about like $30 something plus tip. So let me know who's the person who called up the restaurant. Someone called up the restaurant, and the waiter just told me about it. Which train line? We're gonna take the FG. We're gonna take the G. Either F or the G. Stay tuned. What's the temperature? It's really good. You'll get a discount. No, I when I collaborate with the restaurant, ahead of time, and I cover them, I go behind the scenes, and I show the process. Then there's an understanding, an implicit understanding that they cover the food if I'm featuring them prominently for the live stream. That has happened many times before. Especially on Facebook, if you see me for a few years, you've probably seen a bunch of food streams. But jumping in over here, I never expect the restaurant to give me a discount. Sometimes they are very kind to do so, and I try to deny it at first, but thank you.
I let the owner know, so he'll probably shoot you a line or something.
Of course,
like that as well.
yeah.
So thank you so
How
much
long
for
you
it.
guys been open for?
We're about 5.5 years.
Wow, okay.
We're featured on Food Paradise as well on the Travel Channel.
Oh, that's amazing.
They came in, they did a couple, like a little spot for us, and then we were planning on opening another location and a catering kitchen as well, and renovating this one, but then the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it
So-
seems like you guys are doing good business.
We're doing
nonetheless.
good, yeah. The neighborhood's, like, a lot of people still live here, not a lot, like, some people left, and most of them are back because their kids are in school now and everything.
Oh, that's
so the neighborhood's definitely doing well because of that, so we're thankful and grateful, and a lot of the regulars are back. So.
Did you guys have outdoor seating before the pandemic?
We did,
as
just
well?
on the actual
Oh, cool.
patio here, like on the actual concrete, but we built the deck on the side, and then tomorrow we actually close Fifth Avenue, and they put extra tables out, so it's a pedestrian walkway along Fifth Avenue tomorrow.
Oh, that's
I believe
awesome.
tomorrow's the last Saturday. We've been doing it since they opened outdoor dining.
Oh, cool.
But we're actually hoping that they're going to extend it through December or January, but we're just not allowed to have like propane on the road.
Of course, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we have to be really cautious about that. It might be too cold to have outdoor seating on the road. But,
Probably a blessing in disguise that you guys have outdoor seating and the indoor part as well.
yeah, well, we're waiting to see if they're going to close the indoor, right? Because
of
they're
course.
talking about that at the
Yeah.
beginning of December here,
Yeah.
is shutting down all the indoor dining as well. So fingers crossed they
I
don't.
wish you
but,
guys best of luck. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're prepared for it. We're just waiting to hear the final word. So
Awesome. Yeah.
Have a good
Have a
afternoon,
good day.
sir.
Thank you for the great service. All right. So it's 27, and I will be giving an $8 tip. So it's such amazing service. I'm giving an $8 tip, which is like 30%, because a lot of people are kind enough to give contributions. So thank you. A good portion of that went to the tip.
No problem.
So
I sent
the
everything
total
separate.
was.
I just sent that one by itself, and then all yours is together.
So for people that know, the total was $27.22, $18 hamburger and $7 beer, and then they charge $2.22 for tax. So that is the total here. As I mentioned, New York can get expensive compared to European cities. This is a bit less expensive than Manhattan, where I had a similar type of meal and it ended up costing $50. So it's a good deal from the perspective of New York. And if you didn't hear too well, he ended up saying that they end up closing Fifth Avenue, ends up being much more space during the weekends. And today, this Saturday is going to be the last weekend that they end up doing it. All right, so let's go to the train stop. Can't wait to show it to you guys. Let me take a swig of this beer. And a shot of water. Oh yeah, oh, that's good.
Right, so crazy good burgers. Crazy good burgers and craft beer. $2.59. Right there. That's what it was. Lots of ample outdoor seating. They probably have even more during the weekday. And if you're here in New York City this weekend, they're closing down 5th Avenue. So I highly recommend visiting here this weekend if you're New York based. $8 tip, not that bad. Yeah, indeed, not that bad. All right, so everyone, that was the burger. Now let's go to our final stop. See one of the most beautiful elevated train passages in New York City, in my opinion. Jen Epp, you're having wee rum. I think SF is actually more expensive. Yes, I've heard that San Francisco is more expensive. So I want to thank everyone who chipped in, sponsored the meal. We had a bunch of people chip in, so thank you so much. I appreciate you. Dutch Maws. That is a stop. That is a stop, but we're going to a stop before then. Dutch Maws, I appreciate you tuning in as well. Everyone, I want to shout out my friend Dutch Maws, along with 4K Wander. These two guys also cover cities. Dutch Maws is based here in New York. 4K is based in Toronto. Do consider giving him a follow. Awesome live streamer. He's actually been doing it longer than I have. I actually did not see his live streams before I started, but you know, no idea is ever really original. So there's people been doing walking streams for the longest time, and Dutch Maws is one of the pioneers in live streaming walks. So check him out. He usually does walks at crazy hours, which is awesome. If you enjoy my walks during the daytime, you might be keen on watching his very early morning walks. He's really, really good at that. All right, let's continue walking through. Look at this beautiful little house. Dutch Maws is on YouTube. Dutch Maws on YouTube. Used to be on Periscope. Willow, you're at the restaurant around the corner. You are. Oh, Willow. Awesome. Hope you're having a good meal. Thank you so much for saying hello. It's too dark, says. Yeah, it is dark. It's getting dark right now. Walking streams have existed forever. No one had cameras. I think walking streams probably started around 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a little bit earlier. But there was a vlogger back in the 1980s by the name of Nelson Sullivan. Before vloggers ever existed, but he did it in the vlog style and actually pointing the camera to his face and everything. Kind of really cool. You can find his videos on YouTube. Search Nelson Sullivan. New York City needs more streetlights. Yeah, Brooklyn can get a little bit dark. It can get a little bit dark as walking around. Yeah. Well, don't be deterred. It's safe. All right. So I gotta see which way am I actually going. How far am I? I am pretty far. Okay, whoa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be quite a long walk. I should have walked at 5th. I didn't realize I was that far away. So downtown Manhattan skyline, downtown Brooklyn skyline right down there. Danassia, that's one place we're going to, yes. That is downtown Brooklyn. So I did not anticipate that I was that far away from the train station. So we're about 10 minutes away down there. Otherwise I would have continued on 5th. So this is 4th Avenue. Not much going on 4th Avenue. Do you always feel safe walking around? In New York, I generally do. Dang, you got a walk ahead of you. I do. Have you considered driving and streaming? Umir, yeah, I've done a lot of driving streams before, especially during the height of the pandemic. And I'm doing another one soon. Stay tuned for that. We're gonna go down to Diker Heights, the neighborhood where they have a bunch of different amazing lights. Ariel, you need to get that scooter, says Arlene. I would like that scooter, yeah. So I put down a link in the description of this video. It's my Amazon wish list. And what we're gonna do, because 4th Avenue is not so engaging, let's go back on 5th, and then I'll turn when we reach the train station. So let's do that. So I put Amazon wish list downstairs, down in the comments, down in the description of this video on YouTube. And Amazon wish list, if you're keen enough, there's a collection of books and gear that will be directly useful for the show. So I can show you more places in New York and beyond. If you're so keen enough to want to support even further, the link is down there. Or give a special Christmas surprise, the link is down there, the Amazon wishlist link. The cheapest things are the books, but there's a scooter there. So if anyone's keen for the scooter, then I'll be happy to oblige. All right. Nelson Sullivan streamed with, he filmed with RuPaul. Yeah, RuPaul before it ever became really popular. Reggie says, my old stomping grounds. Yeah, look at how beautiful the houses here are. 4K Wanderer tagged my wish list. So I'll leave that link for now on. Of course, I don't expect anything, but a few people have reached out to me saying that they wanted to provide some books. So if you have any book recommendations for New York or specifically the UK, because I'll be covering that soon, do let me know. I can add it to the wish list. Do I know the mayor or the governor? No, I never met either. I would love to, though. Andrew Cuomo sounds like a hoot to hang around. And Mayor de Blasio seems like a chill guy, so I would like to hang out with either of them. That seems like fun. Do I like Ample Hill? Great place, yeah. So we're back on 5th, so we can enjoy a better walk towards the train station.
The 10th one?
Dutch Jamal says de Blasio is very chill guy. Yes, very chill guy. All right. So someone recommended Russo's for meat. So check out Russo's. Have you ever done a vlog with AK? Yep, I've done both on my channel, check it out, and on his channel. On his channel we've done walks, on my channel we've done food tours, and I've interviewed him. Action Kid. Let's not get into the politics of either individual. Someone asked me, I think, more in the context of hanging out with them as people, and I would personally. Kenya says, think that was a good, smooth, and calm Friday. Thanks again. Oh, you're so welcome, Kenya. Thank you so much. And thank you for thanking the mods on YouTube. We have a lot of people tuning in on YouTube. So big round of hearts for Judith, 4K, Stephanie, Bernal, Kay, and we have many others, a few others as mods on YouTube. Thank you for keeping the good vibes on the comments, making this a place where people could share positivity, genuine questions about travel, history, food, culture, and insights. Thank you so much to the mods. And on Facebook, there's the supporters as well that are kick-ass and sharing awesome content on the group page. And look, the moon. Is it safe over here? Yes, I feel very safe over here. Let's... The moon, ladies and gentlemen. Park Slope is a very family-friendly neighborhood. So you'll find really interesting places. Very calm. If you have kids, great place to hang out with your kids. A lot of kid-friendly stores as well. I haven't shown them, but here's Joe's Pizza. There is a place called the Superhero Academy here in Park Slope. Check it out, look into it if you have kids. Probably one of the best places to take your kids. It's like an arts and crafts store with a lot of superhero. It's like themed, superhero themed arts and crafts store. 1 p.m. tomorrow video. Yes, you're gonna see a video scheduled every Wednesday and Saturday is a scheduled video at 1 p.m. Eastern time, New York City time. It's a family-oriented neighborhood. It is. Yeah, it is. So we're on 5th Avenue, walking towards 9th Street to catch the train for a final stop. I totally thought we were closer. And that's what happens when you are a New Yorker who really doesn't care too much about directions, like myself. Obviously, I give you directions because I'm making videos, but otherwise, I really don't pay attention to them. And sometimes I either underestimate or overestimate a distance. And when I overestimate it, friends I hang out with tend to get very pissed. Like, you said it was a 10-minute walk. Why are we walking for 40 minutes? And I'm like, guys, 40 minutes ain't that bad. It's fun. Hey, Coffee Chat, nice to see you here. Looks very middle class. Yeah, it is. Someone asked about Colombian food. No Fluffy says, I only watch for Ariel's knowledge because the man is relentless. No Fluffy, I appreciate it. What's my favorite type of cultural food? So my normal day life, regular person who doesn't have the camera pointing at my face, talking to himself alone in public. What people might interpret it as alone, but obviously I'm doing a show. When I'm not doing that, my favorite type of food is Mexican food. I love my burritos, I love my burrito bowls, or typical American food. I love my rice bowls with sweet potato, marinated chicken breasts, or salads with marinated chicken breasts, or pulled pork. That's my favorite type of food. For the video, I end up showing a lot of burgers, pizza, maybe other types of crazy food if we go to other countries, pasta if we go to Italy, if we go to UK, it'll be pasties and sausage rolls and pie and mash. I try to show the food from the travel context when I do the show. While I've shown from time to time good Mexican food, and I've shown from time to time a salad. My normal day life, That's why I prefer it. But for content, I'd rather show you the places that you probably will go to first and foremost as a tourist. Jose, you don't like Mexican food? Oh, Jose, that's okay. We'll forgive you, Jose, for now. Love Cuban food. Oh yeah, I love my Cuban food. Some ropa vieja is amazing. Ropa vieja directly translates into dirty clothes. But despite the name, it's actually a really tasty Cuban dish of shredded pork, very heavily marinated. And it's so smooth, you can basically eat it with a fork. I mean, with a spoon. Do I ever go to other boroughs? Says NYC girl. I do. If you're watching me on Facebook, know that you're only watching a small percentage of all the videos I've ever made. I made over 1,000 videos in New York City across the 5 boroughs, and that includes the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan. Will I go to these other boroughs in the near future? That is a bit up in the air in the meanwhile, because A, people want to see more Manhattan. I've noticed a lot more people want to see the Christmas lights. They want to see how Manhattan looks. Also, B, there's a pandemic, and there's areas of New York that are a little bit more hard hit than others. And I, personal preference, rather stick to the places where I feel a little bit more calmer walking and talking outside. Of course, you have the choice of a bunch of different live streamers. So you're not limited to only my live streams, which right now happen to be mostly in northern Brooklyn and Midtown and Lower Manhattan. Ren, do a Christmas lights tour. Ren, I already did one last week, 4 hours, a few days ago. All right, now we're gonna go to the train. So we're at 9th Street. I walked very fast, so you didn't get to see too much. But it's mostly businesses, so there's not that much like stuff to talk about.
I don't personally feel like
Well, there's always stuff to talk about.
spend that time with my family like that. So like that.
In New York City, you'll find every type of food. Says JP. Yep, JP. Every type of food. Farrell says, be safe and careful. This is a very safe neighborhood. Very safe. Now, if you were to go, now we're transitioning to Gowanus. If you were to go to the neighborhood of Gowanus in the 1920s, it would be the worst neighborhood ever to go. It was so bad that the very controversial writer H.P. Lovecraft wrote The Horror of Red Hook. And he was referring to the area of Red Hook that is now called Gowanus. You know, it's because there was terrible crimes always there all the time. Crime all the time. But now, it's a pretty high-end neighborhood, and people there are really chill. Hello from Japan. Let me know how to say your name. I don't know how to read kanji, so let me know how to say your name in English. Thank you so much for tuning in from Japan. Hello, Gayatri. Hope you're doing well. Thank you always for sharing the videos. All right, now we're about 2 blocks away from the train. So excited for this. This is a momentous event, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't shown this train in ages. Dutch Mall says Gowanus Canal is also known as Lavender Lake. Oh yeah, the most polluted waterway in all of New York City history is right here. We're actually going to take the train right above it. Ben says H.P. Lovecraft was incredibly racist. He was. And that's why I say controversial. I would not personally read his books, but he is known. He has inspired many other writers, so that's why I mentioned. Another church. I love how you share the eclectic side of cities. Oh, I'm glad. Well, wait for it, ladies and gentlemen. This train ride is going to be pretty quick, so keep your eyes peeled. I know some of you watch this show multitasking, but if you really want to catch the views, you might want to put your focus for these final 10 or so minutes as we take the train. You're missing a master, says Swan. What are you talking about, Swan? Going towards Prospect Avenue station? No, we're going the opposite way. Towards Church Avenue. But not be run over by bicycles. So this is the train station. Look how huge it is. There's only a few elevated in New York. They're all in the outer boroughs except for like two stops in the one train. Elle, thank you so much for tuning in. Dutch, you streamed the band playing in canoes on the Gowanus Canal. Oh wow. Oh, that's so cool, Dutch. I'm glad you found that. I gotta check out that video. All right, here's the 4th Avenue, 9th Street station on the FG line. Let's go on it. Manhattan, Queens. I think the train is here right now. Let's catch it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, it's not here. All right. Now, we're here at the 4th Avenue station, heading towards Manhattan bound. Look how gigantic this station is. Be careful with rats, oh don't worry. Rats here are like Ratatouille. Have you ever seen Ratatouille? That's how the rats are here. They're very friendly. Especially if you have food. Especially if you have pizza. We have 4 minutes till the train. So ask me anything. It looks like the Matrix. Yeah, they filmed the battle scenes in the Matrix were made to look like New York. They weren't actually filmed on location though.
Hello, this is Sarah Feinberg, interim president of New York City Transit.
Hey everyone. No current events on the comments. No current events.
We're doing everything we can to protect you. Have a safe holiday season.
I just walked very fast from 5th Avenue. It's so empty. Yeah, it's usually the case like that. All right, there it is. Melody, I do not. Outside of Queens, and my girl, yeah, I'm from Jackson Heights, Queens. Have I noticed a significant decrease in people out and about? Yes. Brooklyn, not so much because, you know, this area is not really thriving unless if it's like a Saturday night or when kids get out of school. But in general, yes. New York City is a bit emptier. And ladies and gentlemen, may I remind you one more time, it's a pandemic. Your hair is amazing, says Benson Benson. Oh, thank you so much, Benson Benson. It's outdoors, yes it is. You had to walk off that turkey yesterday. Indeed I do, Joe. So it comes in 2 minutes. I think trains here, All right, let's see. When's the next one? 5 minutes. So trains here pass fairly often. Yeah. .47 p.m. Oh yeah. Where do you get your masks? Smart_glamour is on Instagram. Jacqueline, so much money is being invested into Smith 9th Street station. Yeah, that's where we'll get off. Hey, Bodie. Bodie, thank you so much for the £5 super chat. I appreciate you, Bodie. Just tuning in. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I really did. I really had a very good Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for a £5 super chat. Have you streamed any iconic theaters? No, I've been into the theater. I did a short stream of the Phantom of the Opera Theater, which I forgot the name. But yeah, that's it. I haven't been to any other theaters. I've done like a mini stream, I think, in the Lowe's Lincoln Center Theater. Or the train's coming. Let's get ready. Get ready for amazing views. Uh-oh, we have to go more up front. G trains are short. All right, so there's one more stop. The next stop is underground. You still get a few more good views, but I'll show you the views a little bit more calmly here. There's the tallest, this is the highest rapid transit station in the entire world. I'm not sure if China has beat us yet, but I think it is so far. Still the tallest outdoor rapid transit station in the world. Smith 9th Street. Now let's walk towards the end where we could get better views of the skyline. Can't really walk between cars. No, I would recommend not to do that. And the F train passes fairly often. Someone left a super chat. Let's see who it was. Hey, Christine, thank you so much for the super chat for $1. I appreciate you, Christine. Thank you. If anyone left a star on Facebook or a PayPal, do let me know. I can't see PayPals, and stars don't feature so well on my interface. Oh, that was fun. Oh, Ladies and gentlemen, underneath the moonlight, the amazing views of the New York City skyline here with the trains passing through. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Let me show you the views of the skyline one more time. Oh, look at that. Wow. Janep, thank you so much for the stars. Oh. We see the Manhattan skyline there. We see the downtown Brooklyn skyline. Wow. The Gowanus Canal right underneath. Let me zoom in. Oh, actually, let me show you down first. This is truly, truly a sight to behold. Wow. I'm in love, ladies and gentlemen. I am in love. Cecile, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate you. Do you ever go to Midwood? I've done Midwood. No, I haven't done Midwood yet, but maybe soon. Look at the other train passing through. It's going down underground. That was the route we were about to take. Absolutely magical, ladies and gentlemen. This is my train, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Every 1 p.m. Wednesdays and Saturdays, I go live, and other random times throughout the day. Thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. Everyone, keep being awesome, and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.